The Honor 8, a budget brand from Huawei which housing the similar dual lens technology from P9, the company's flagship. And how does it perform? Let's find out. This is Sean from Seansationtech. You're watching my camera review of the Honor 8. Let's get started. We have dual 12 megapixel camera lens. One of it is for RGB and another one is for monochrome. Each of the lens will create an image and combine them together intend to create a higher quality of photo. On paper, the spec doesn't look good. The pixel count is not high, the aperture is not so wide, and there's no OIS. But paper is always only paper. Under the sunlight, the pictures looks good and great level of detail. Although it is only 12 megapixel image, you can still zoom into the board and read it out clearly what is the united bodies bears are all about. The color reproduction is excellent, but it is a little bit oversaturated, especially when we are looking at a red color. This is always being the biggest problem from Huawei device, and well, this is just my personal preference. However, I can always get a good shot when I'm shooting to the sky, just like this. During our HDR test, we found that the difference between HDR mode on and off is minimal in most of the case. It is probably because of the dynamic range of the camera itself is high enough, but I still managed to get some shot in certain lighting conditions to show you the HDR functioning is actually working. There you can see some part of the cloud has been blown up. When we turn on the HDR mode, the processing is super big. It doesn't just increase the brightness of the image, but also lower the brightness of the overexposed area. Another example, we can barely see the car and only some trees out there, but we can have a clearer picture of the car and also background when we turn on the HDR. The darker part of the photo has been lined up as well. The aperture is only f2.2, which is not so wide in 2016, but surprisingly, it shot great macro photo. The object is being focused and the background is being blurred. If you think the f2.2 lens is not able to create that kind of depth of field that you wanted to, there's a feature of the camera app which allows you to refocus and readjust the aperture after taking the photo. It can be adjusted to as wide as f0.95, so now the result is amazing. It is like I dropped my glasses and hey, where's my Pikachu? I'm not sure what's the reason Huawei has taken away the ability of shooting 4K video from the Honor 8 since it is using the similar dual lens technology with P9, and this is freaking disappointing. However, this is one of the few phones that is capable to shoot 60 FPS in Full HD video. When we are trying to shoot the footage, the camera app doesn't allow us to turn on the EIS. Without the presence of EIS and lack of OIS, this is the result. It is shaky and it is a shame that we are not able to get EIS in Full HD video. For the focus speed, it is not fast either if you are comparing to OnePlus 3, one of the nearest price range flagship. I have left a link down below if you are interested on the camera review of the OnePlus 3. Here's the 60 FPS Full HD footage we have taken. While slow-mo, it is only capable to shoot 120 FPS at 720p, which is disappointing just like the OnePlus 3. The 8 megapixel front-facing shooter did a pretty decent job. It is not the best out there, but definitely it can get the job done. Also, the angle is not wide, but it is not a problem to shoot a selfie with a few more friends. The 8 megapixel shooter is capable to shoot 1080p 30 FPS video. Nothing special, just like most of the front-facing shooter out there. While low light, the color of the image looks pretty much washed out and also noise. This image still looks quite sharp for me, although it was taken under low light. Unfortunately, not all the time. In this picture, we can barely see the detail of the green color tree while it is completely blown up and blurry for the red one. And again, this shows how weak the camera of Huawei device while taking the image of red color. It is just a waste too much of post-processing which caused the losing in sharpness. However, the strength in HDR still outperformed during low light. The light isn't overexposed and we can still see the building clearly, although it is much darker than the bright lighting in front. And I have to mention that this photo was taken with the HDR mode off. If you are not happy with the auto mode, Huawei Camera app offers you to shoot in a night shot. Here you can compare these two images. I have taken this photo with manual mode. As you can see, it is quite dark and the yellow light is almost overexposed. When we take the photo using night shot, we can have a much better image. The light is not overexposed and the darker part of the photo is now much brighter. But you will need a tripod to keep the phone steady, as it might take a few seconds to trigger the shutter to complete the image. There are also some good features such as time lapse and also light painting. The front-facing shooter did a decent job in low light. I will not complain much on it, just like what we have expected how a front-facing shooter should perform in low light. There is noise and losing in detail, but it still can take a selfie. For the camera app, it is very similar to what we have seen in P9. Swipe from the right, we have some camera setting. Swipe from the left, we have bunch of shooting modes such as Pro mode, which allows you to have almost full control of photo shoot setting. That's not the end. You can also have a similar video shooting mode in Pro Video mode, which allows you to control some settings such as manual focus, white balance, and so on. Do note that there's no monochrome shooting mode in Honor 8. However, we can tap on here to have various of filter, and yes, there's a monochrome filter, so we can still shoot in black and white. The shutter speed is not the fastest, but it is still fast enough for us to capture the amazing moment that we want to. While you turn to the front camera, it is pretty much the same experience. In my opinion, the Honor 8 has a good camera. It shoots good photo under sunlight, the dynamic range is good, and the color is vibrant. It performs decent under the low light, and of course, you can shoot with the night shot on if you're not happy with it. The camera app offers a few unique features such as light painting and also allowing the user to shoot some extremely wide aperture image. But of course, it is not perfect. The color is oversaturated while pointing to the red color. The camera is unable to shoot 4K video and lack of OIS. That's all for the camera performance review. Like the video if you like it, dislike the video if you dislike it. You can leave your comments below to tell me your thoughts, and your feedback is always welcome. Lastly, don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching and you have a great day.